under the previous administration, we looked like fools.
Well, it's not like we weren't warned. Amateur hour at the White House began with Trump's appointments, like Kristi Noem and Vince McMahon's wife running the Department of Education. But Hegseth and Gabbard are proof that we're in deep shit. The disclosure that Manny, Mo, and Curley discussed sensitive U.S. military operations in Yemen on a Signal message group chat that mistakenly included a journalist reveals what we've seen over the last 2 or 3 months is just the beginning. Trump has no f***ing clue.
They had what?
And now the testimony on Capitol Hill should have the entire world wondering what's next.
Who hides evidence?
And this latest up, it raises deep concerns across U.S. security and military apparatus about the risks of such behavior to the whole world. And if they weren't already holding back, allies have to be questioning what, if any, intelligence they're prepared to share with Trump moving forward.
No, I would not protect you. In fact, I would encourage them to do whatever the hell they want. You got to pay.
Trump and his pencil-dick acolytes are doing what they do best, lying at every step.
But the mainstream media continues to be focused on a sensationalized story from the failing Atlantic magazine that is falling apart by the hour. Here are the facts. The National Security Advisor has taken responsibility for this matter, and the National Security Council immediately said, alongside the White House counsel's office, that they are looking into how a reporter's number was inadvertently added to this messaging thread. We have said all along that no classified material was sent on this messaging thread. There were no locations, no sources or methods revealed, and there were certainly no war plans discussed. Their release of these internal messages validates the truth, which we have been saying all along. If this story proves anything, it proves that Democrats and their propagandists in the mainstream media know how to fabricate, orchestrate, and disseminate a misinformation campaign quite well.
Yeah, where have I heard that before?
This was the largest audience to ever witness an inauguration, period.
Here's the basics. These idiots, led by the same president who was secretly calling Putin over the last 4 years as a U.S. citizen, handle the details of this attack like 7th grade girls telling secrets about boys they met at a party. And the handling of this sensitive national security information and communications was this guy, Kegger Boy. Yeah, that's 5 o'clock somewhere Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, whose decision to share a planned U.S. military operation in a group chat ended up going to Atlantic Magazine's editor-in-chief, Jeffrey Goldberg. Goldberg was one of more than a dozen senior U.S. officials on a Signal text chain that was inadvertently leaked to him. And Hegseth was the only one who shared details of the planned U.S. airstrikes in Yemen. In the group chat, an account labeled Pete Hegseth relayed operational details of upcoming strikes on Iran-backed Houthi forces in Yemen, including information about targets, weapons the U.S. would be deploying, and attack sequencing. But according to Pete, I'm just a little buzzed, Hegseth, none of it matters.
As I also stated yesterday, nobody's texting war plans. And that's all I have to say about that.
So those same troops that you are proud of, do you regret putting information like the ones you did in the Signal chat that could endanger those same American service members?
Nobody's texting more plans. I know exactly what I'm doing, exactly what we're directing, and I'm really proud of what we accomplished.
Really? Not classified? What does this look like? Team update, time now, weather is favorable. Just confirmed with CENTCOM, we are a go for mission launch. F-18's launch, first strike package. 1345, trigger-based F-18 first strike window starts. Target terrorist is at his known location, should be on time. Strike drones launch, more F-18s launch. This is when the first bombs will definitely drop. Trigger-based targets. 1536 F-18 second strike targets. And CIA Director John Ratcliffe pretty much said the same thing. That wasn't classified.
Topic of the Signal chat. Were there any war plans distributed in that Signal chat?
No, Congressman.
And were sources and methods that would compromise our intelligence system or your agents in the field around the world, were they discussed on the Signal chat?
No.
Wait a second, dude. Just confirmed with CENTCOM we're a go for mission launch. F-18's launch first strike package. That's not classified. So the question is, if it wasn't, why wasn't it? I mean, seriously, if Biden had done this, what would the Republicans have said? Oh, wait, we already know.
If there was anyone other than Hillary Clinton, they would be in jail right now.
Nobody is above the law, not even Hillary Clinton, even though she thinks she is.
Mishandling classified information is still a violation of the Espionage Act.
When you have the Clinton emails, on top of the fact that the sitting president of the United States admitted he had documents in his garage, they didn't prosecute, they didn't go after these folks.
Hillary Clinton responded tonight with this You have got to be kidding me.
It's obvious this was a huge Trumpian fuck-up, and they don't know how to handle it.
And on my follow-up on what you had just said.
Go ahead, Philip. Caitlin, I'm not taking your follow-up.
I have a follow-up on something you just said, though, Caroline. That's
Caitlin,
regarding
I'm not
Jeffrey
taking
Goldberg.
your follow-up. Philip, go ahead. I've called in.
So here's where we are. The guy who added Goldberg's name is Trump's national security advisor, Mike Waltz. He inadvertently added the editor-in-chief of Atlantic Magazine to a Signal group chat discussing Yemen war plans. Trump told NBC News that he's learned a lesson and he's a good man. Sure, yeah. Of course, Trump's first pick for the same job in 2017 was Mike Flynn, who was later convicted of lying to the FBI and then later pushed Trump to stop the 2020 election and declare victory. But the person at the heart of this is a sobering choice, which is a pun and at the same time a nightmare.
And I know a lot of folks in this administration were saying that they're going to take on the establishment and drain the swamp, but you have become that swamp in a matter of days, not weeks or months, days. So one of the things we're going to look into is what actually occurred, because the American people deserve a full accounting. Additionally, the main person who was involved in this thread that a lot of people want to talk to is Secretary of Defense Hegseth. And a lot of questions were brought up regarding his drinking habits in his confirmation hearing. To your knowledge, do you know whether Pete Hegseth had been drinking before he leaked classified information?
I don't have any knowledge of Secretary Hegseth's personal habits.
Director Radcliffe, same question. Yes or no?
No, I'm going to answer that. I think that's an offensive line of questioning. The answer is no.
An email to her son obtained by the New York Times, Penelope Hegseth wrote, "On behalf of all the women, and I know it's many, you have abused in some way, I say get some help and take an honest look at yourself."
People, and you, according to our law that we passed here bipartisanly, have an obligation when you think there has been a tangible, significant leak of information to instigate an investigation. Do you not think it's important to do such a thing?
Well, the National Security Council is investigating this inadvertent leak. And again, I point to Secretary Hegseth as having the classification.
I would argue that Secretary
authority.
Hegseth, if he had the dignity that he needs to have, should be walking his resignation in, because I believe that his probably is heading toward being relieved of his duty based on what I think are significant and illegal leaks, most likely.
This is a circus, but not your regular circus. More of the big top nightmare led by this deadly clown, who after you peel off his makeup, you're left with but one thought. What the hell did we do?
Goddamn right. It's not fair. They had what?
I think he's a kook. I think he's uninformed. Here's why I'm with Trump.
Well, don't you love me?
Bloated and fat and disgusting.
I like that.
We're a nation that speaks English.
Back and look, if something like this, that thing's goggling.
I don't want to talk about this stuff.
Am I wrong?
Yes!
You're in a lot of trouble, Donna.
I think he's crazy.
I'm Chip Franklin.